Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I used to believe in the purity of passion, the shared dream. I was a leaner Vance and my life was food. From the moment I could hold a whisk, I was creating, experimenting, imagining. My dream wasn't just to cook, it was to craft culinary experiences, to tell stories through flavor. That dream took shape as Artisan Eats, a bespoke catering company I started with 2 partners, Jasper and Shane. In hindsight, I was naive. Jasper and Shane were good at the business side, networking, schmoozing, talking big. But the heart of Artisan Eats, the soul, the entire creative vision, that was me. I spent countless nights developing unique menus, sourcing obscure ingredients, designing innovative presentations, and building a comprehensive client profile database. I even created what I affectionately called my culinary Bible, a meticulously detailed digital repository of every recipe, every conceptual sketch, every vendor contact, every single nuance that made our proposals stand out. This wasn't just a business. It was my life's work, my entire savings poured into it. Then came the Veridian Gala, a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract that would put Artisan Eats on the map. It was the culmination of everything. I poured every waking hour into the pitch, crafting a proposal so exquisite, so detailed it was undeniable. The week before the final presentation to Mr. Sterling, the gala's influential lead organizer, Jasper and Shane, called me into an impromptu meeting. They sat me down, faces devoid of emotion, and told me I was fired. They said I hadn't contributed enough, that my artistic temperament was a liability, and they would be presenting my work as their own. Sarah, our third, quieter partner, sat silently beside them, her gaze fixed on the table, clearly manipulated into going along. My world shattered. The initial shock gave way to a cold, burning fury. My dream, my effort, my very identity stolen. But as the haze of betrayal cleared, a tiny, defiant spark ignited. They had the final presentation slides, yes, the polished facade. But they didn't have my culinary Bible. They didn't have the intrinsic knowledge, the depth of understanding, the raw passion that birthed every single element, and I knew they couldn't replicate it. My plan began with Mr. Sterling. He was a man known for his discerning taste and uncompromising integrity. I called his office, not to accuse, but to ask for a private audience. I told him a modified version of the truth, that I had initially contributed significantly to a pitch for the Veridian Gala and had since refined my own vision, which I felt compelled to share, even if it was late. I brought my laptop, not with the final presentation they stole, but with my entire culinary Bible. I showed him the iterative designs, the timestamps on my early recipe drafts, the detailed sourcing notes, the metadata subtly embedded in my creative assets that proved my authorship. He listened, silent and perceptive, occasionally nodding. He thanked me and said he'd consider all proposals. I knew then I had an ally. He agreed to let Jasper and Shane present first, as scheduled. The day of the presentation arrived. My stomach churned with a mixture of nerves and resolute calm. Jasper and Shane, sleek in their suits, exuded an obnoxious confidence. They delivered my pitch with practiced smoothness, talking about their innovative concepts and their unique approach. They even used phrases I'd coined, making my blood boil. Sarah, to her credit, looked visibly uncomfortable, her eyes darting to me once or twice. Mr. Sterling listened impassively, occasionally asking a pointed question that revealed the superficiality of their understanding. They fumbled through a few answers, relying on memorized bullet points. Then it was my turn. I didn't just stand up, I owned the space. I didn't just present the slides, I wove a narrative. I spoke not just about food, but about the experience, about the history of each ingredient, about the artisans I'd sourced from, about the exact temperature required to bloom a specific spice. I demonstrated an intimate knowledge that went far beyond mere presentation. When Mr. Sterling asked about a particular complex flavor profile, something unique to one of my signature dishes, Jasper and Shane had been clueless. I answered with a detailed explanation of its molecular structure and how it interacted with other elements. I referenced specific pages in my culinary Bible, a document I pulled up on a second screen, showing the depth of my work, with its irrefutable timestamps and internal consistency. Their faces went pale. The air in the room, became heavy with their dawning realization. A call came 2 days later. It wasn't just a rejection for Artisan Eats. It was an affirmation for me. Mr. Sterling awarded the Veridian Gala contract to Aline's Fine Cuisine, my new, quickly established solo venture. The fallout for Jasper and Shane was swift and brutal. Mr. Sterling, a man of few words but immense influence, quietly let it be known through his network that Artisan Eats lacked integrity and depth. The initial investors, sensing trouble, pulled their funding. Other potential clients, who had heard whispers of their dishonest practices, dried up. Their reputation in the tight-knit culinary world was irrevocably tainted, their names synonymous with fraud and incompetence. They lost their entire investment, their professional standing, and any hope of future success in the industry. Sarah later reached out to apologize, expressing profound regret for her part in their scheme, but the damage to her own career was already done. Meanwhile, Aline's Fine Cuisine flourished. The Veridian Gala was a spectacular success, a testament to my true vision and unrelenting passion. They tried to steal my dream, but all they managed to do was pave the way for my triumph and seal their own utter ruin. Watching their empire crumble, built on stolen dreams and hollow promises, was the sweetest vindication. Justice, I discovered, tastes even better than my finest truffle dish.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.